Hello and welcome to another episode of Launch Legends. Today we're joined by Abhi Dwivedi of ReelApps. Abhi started in online marketing back in 2006 and quickly he was making $6,000 to $7,000 per month at the age of 14. Eventually he ventured into developing a suite of 10 different video apps, resulting in 10 different launches. With each launch, he brought in thousands of new customers. Abhi goes into detail. Having a mentor in early days helped him generate $100,000 just for this first launch. He talks about how he cross-promotes his apps with each launch to build his recurring customer base. So you do not want to miss this interview. But before, if you're listening to this on a podcast, please rate, and leave a review. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, leave a review and rate. Thank you.
Hey, Abhi, thank you for being on the show. So let's start with you telling me who you are and how you got into online marketing.
Well, I'm the co-founder of a startup called ReelApps. We help digital marketers create videos easily for their marketing, for their ads and all that stuff. I've been marketing online since I was 14 years old. I'm 29 right now. I started out as a freelancer for WordPress and Joomla when I was like 13, 14 years old. I used to freelance, create websites for other people. The first money I ever made online was like $600 freelancing for somebody to build a video streaming website for somebody. And, from there, 2004, 2005, I used to hang out a lot on the digital market forums. Digital Point was one of these big forums. Mm-hmm. I used to sell a lot of PDFs or, hacks about making money online, all that stuff. I got into CPA in 2006, which was the main thing, the big thing that really got me into selling, because I was always a developer since the beginning. But, this whole CPA thing got me thinking about marketing and selling and pitching, all that stuff. We used to, send content log offers through Google Ads, and that was the hip new thing in 2016. Nobody was doing it, and I think I was 15 or 16 around that time. I was doing $6,000 to $7,000 every 2-3 weeks, which was a lot of money for a kid from a small town in India. And I had nothing to spend the money on. So literally, I was making and saving it. It was just fun for me back then. Fast forward, 2008 was when I created my first product, because I used to talk with a lot of people on different forums, and this was when 2005 and 2008. This was when the whole big ClickBank launches were happening, the first $1 million launch and all that stuff. We used to have a small group of people. We used to mastermind, talk about what's the future going to be for product creation. Where's the market heading? Is it all about software products? Is it all about desktop software? Is it about SaaS? Is it about, e-learning of courses and all that stuff? So I remember in our mastermind, there was this guy, Darren Rathi, who's a good friend of mine now. He was like, Abhi, the future for the next 5 years is going to be, software, web-based software, WordPress plugins and all that stuff, which got me thinking, how about I create a WordPress plugin that solves a major problem? And so I brainstormed the idea for a couple of months, thinking like, what's that main problem that most newbies or people who are starting out creating content and everything have? And it was monetizing their blog, because everybody was all about creating content. They would write blog posts. They would, write articles, publish it on eZine, publish it on their blogs and all that, but they had no idea how to monetize it. So we created a plugin. That was my first product, which would help you monetize your WordPress blog using Amazon app. You just install the plugin, reads through your article, picks out the key phrases that are important, and displays as related to the blog post. So we launched that with a partner. That was the first launch I ever did. And I think we launched it as a forum special offer back then, and we did about 2,000 sales in the first week. I don't exactly remember how much revenue we did or what kind of funnel we had. We definitely had 3 upgrades in the funnel. The first one was definitely the pro version, where you get more features. You could install it on more blogs. The other one was where you could sell the plugin get paid to install a plugin on your client's blog and all that stuff. But I think we did about 100K or a little bit less than 100K during a special offer for the first week, and that was, I would say, that would be the entry into product creation. And at that point, it was like, no.
So when you did the first launch, you said you did it with a partner. Now, who was that partner? Was he like a mentor or just a friend of yours?
Yeah, I would say he's a good friend of mine right now. I consider him a mentor because, the thing about, breaking into a new market, something that you haven't done, is either you could go out there, purchase blogs and read blogs or purchase courses and learn on your own, or you could just team up with somebody who's been doing it and just, learn from them. So that's what my plan was. Martin Crumlish was the guy who was doing, amazing launches, amazing foreign special launches back in the day. Mm-hmm. So I reached out to Martin and told him, listen, I've got this great product and, I would love to have it launched with you. And we did a partnership. He did the entire marketing part, did the sales copy, the sales video, the funnel design, everything in between. But it was a great learning experience for me. I knew, I understood how launches work. I understood how to position your sales copy, what a sales hook was, what the angle was, how to create a proper funnel, how to understand what customers really need, how to make sure we deliver proper customer support during the launch and after the launch, and make sure the product has a different iteration after a couple of months and all that stuff. So yeah, I do consider him as my main mentor. I pretty much learned the ropes from him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we went on to do 3 different versions of the same plugin over the course of 3 years. So definitely learned a lot, I know, from Martin. But he's such a humble guy, he never says like, we just hang out as normal friends now. Like, I consider him as a mentor. For him, it's just like no big deal. It's just a simple partnership that made us both money.
So that's quite amazing, because I've been speaking to a lot of people, and again, I keep saying that to other people as well. One trend I keep saying about people who actually did successful first launches versus the people who really had to struggle in the first couple of launches is that the people who were successful had a mentor. And that's one key thing I keep seeing in all the successful first launches. So that's really good. So let's talk about the actual launch. How did you structure it? What was you talked about the offer, but did you do an internal launch first and then you went out and showed it to a bunch of affiliates and said, look, hey, we've got this crazy offer and it's going to do really well? Or you just went straight into a JV launch?
So when I built the product first, I sold it internally to my list, but the sales copy was crappy. There was literally nothing on the page except a demo video and just like, hey, buy this product. But when I launched it internally, I had about 5,000 people on my list. Most of them were like freebie seekers and a couple of other buyers, and we did about like 50 sales, which gave me the impression that this is something that's in demand. Mm-hmm. So that kind of gave me a green light to go forward and start approaching, people who I could partner with and scale this. Mm-hmm. And once I teamed up with Martin, he did the copy, he did the funnel, and once we had the demo video ready, we had a partners page ready, a JV page ready. We started approaching people who had user base or customer base or an email list around WordPress plugin or WordPress users. Mm-hmm. Started giving them free access. Here's a sample blog. Here's something you can log in and check into yourself. You don't want to deal with login and testing yourself. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to do it, we will just give a free copy to them and try to get them on board. To launch, we threw in about $5,000 in JV prices back in 2010 when we launched it. So, yeah, those couple of factors helped us get more people on board to launch. And the moment we opened the cart at 11 a.m. Eastern that day, we had, I think, 150 sales come in the first 20 minutes. Because, again, the product generally solved a real problem in the market. There were affiliates who were willing to promote because they saw the potential in it, and there was prize money. They were getting 50% commission out of the whole funnel, which was about like $50-$60, across the funnel on average. So yeah, and we were able to attract not only customers but affiliate. But when I talk about the main launch, the launch that we did with Martin, our primary focus right before the launch was to attract as many affiliates as we can, because we knew the product will sell. The only thing we need to do here is just to get more people, more traffic in, either by affiliate or by ads. And affiliates was the number one priority for us.
Great. So your first launch went quite well. Let's talk about one of your recent launches. I know you've done really well with ReelApps. So let's talk about one of your recent big launches. And I would like to see how you do things differently to how you did things back in 2010.
So the thing I would say we're doing differently now is we're focusing on a brand, because one thing you have to understand that most people don't really think about is building a brand. They would, when they're creating products for launches or whatever, it's about Facebook, and then it's suddenly about funnels, and then it's suddenly about blogging. It's like you're master of all three different things. You have to focus on one single niche, try and find multiple problems that you can solve either by a single product or by creating multiple products. And that's what we did. We knew that I was good at videos. I wanted to make videos easy for everybody else, and that's what we focused on with ReelApps. We wanted to take video marketing and make it easy for anybody to create videos or transcribe or translate or share or whatever. So I think it was 2013 when we started working on the idea about ReelApps, and had like 10 different products mapped out, each solving a different problem. We launched the first version, first part of the ReelApps, first product in the ReelApps brand in 2017. And so far, I think we have done 10 launches since 2017, all different, ReelApps with video reel or thumb reel or live reel, all sorts. The latest one that we did was Thumbreel, that helps you create thumbnails for your videos based on thumbnail templates that are used by other video marketers. The thing that we do different in these recent launches, things that have helped us scale more and also help us make money even after the launches, help us build recurring income from these launches, is the way we build a product and the way we build a funnel. Most of the launches that we do always have a recurring product in the funnel. So, when we launched Thumbreel, they had a the product was all about, designing thumbnails, and we were giving them 10 ready-made templates. So the first upsell was to join a template swap where, we'll give you 5 or 6 new fresh templates so you can stand out from everybody else. And it's just going to cost you, $47 or $97 a year, $47 monthly. So we're trying to push them into buying a monthly or an annual subscription for that. Same thing we did in 2017 with Video Reel. Video Reel was a product that created video ads, short video ads, and we were giving them 100 templates from the front end for $39, but we said for $67 a month we're going to give you 50 new templates every single month. So number one, you're over delivering on the price point, and number two, you're adding a recurring element. This is something that we have kept consistent in all the products, no matter what product it be. We've always tried to, number one, over deliver on whatever upgrade or upsell we're offering, and try to build a monthly or annual income on this. The other thing that we do, not during the launch, it's not part of the launch, but something that we do to add more revenue going forward from the same existing user, is to add micro upsells inside the product, or as I call it, gamifications. Most of our products helps create videos of some sort, right? So we upsell them a $5 per month upgrade where they can get access to 50 different text-to-speech voices in English or different language and different accents, so they don't have to do voiceovers themselves, because most people just are camera shy, or they don't want to speak, or they don't speak the same language. So, we offer those upsells for $5. And the reason we do it for $5 is just for the fact that it's such a small amount, and most people are just happy paying every month. And when you look at the volume, since we are B2C to consumers, you get 5,000 or 6,000 people in a span of 3 years paying you $5 a month with a turnout rate of 10-20%, because it's such a small amount. The numbers add up. So yeah, I'm an over delivering, adding a recurring element to your funnel, and of course, focusing more on how well the product delivers for your affiliates, because at the end of the day, when you do launch, affiliates are primary source of traffic, and you want them to make money. You want them to make a lot of money in the beginning, of course, because you will want them to promote your next future product as well.
Got it. So I would imagine your launch kind of looks like where you have a great front-end offer for your affiliates, so they are motivated to sell, and then you get a bunch of new customers come in, and then your next goal is to make sure that a bunch of those customers turn into recurring customers. So let's talk about, say, a recent launch where you had X amount of people come in, and then how many of those did you manage to convert into recurring revenue customers?
Okay, so I don't have the stats for the recent launch, Tamri, because that was just last month. We haven't started pitching them. But our second last launch from June last year, called Viral Reel, used to create meme and funny videos for the social media, Instagram and TikTok. We upsell them a $5 monthly recurring for text-to-speech. And when we launched it, we had about 2,000 people on the front end, so 2,000 active users who joined in. About 1,200 of them are active users, 800 of them don't really log in or use. But about 60% of them upgraded to the $5 thing. So about 750 or 760 some.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a huge number. So 60% of those 1,200 active users. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, about 760 or something bought the $5 upgrade. And then, of course, there's a turnout rate where about 10, 20, 15% people keep canceling every month. But since we're bringing in new people, new leads, new subscribers on the front end, so we try and balance it out, the churn rate versus the new sales that we get in.
Got it. So I think the key difference I'm seeing in your launches from now compared to how you did it first time is that you try to convert a lot of your customers into monthly customers where they pay every month. Even if it's a very small amount, it's recurring revenue that's coming in every month. So you don't have to aggressively do launches, that income is coming in. So if you were starting out right now, that's the key difference. I'm sure you would do that. But so for example, whoever is listening to this and they're just starting out, what advice would you give them? How would you do things differently?
The most important thing about creating a product is to genuinely go out there and figure out a problem that exists, not try to create a problem on your end and build a solution on it. What I would do is I would really research hard and try and find a problem that I can solve and try and over deliver on it, because that is the key to making sure your product is used by more people. I mean, at the end of the day, it's easy to sell something, but it's difficult to keep your, customers engaged, keep them using your product. And if they're not using it every day, they're never going to upgrade. They're never going to pay a monthly fee or annual fee because, they just paid it and they're not using it. So, if you want that, you have to really go out there, do some groundwork, understand the problem out there, and try and build a solution to a genuine problem for our masses. And once you do that, pretty much everything else from there is piece of cake. You don't have to work on extremely persuasive sales copy or flashy sales videos or spending thousands in affiliate prices and whatnot. As long as you have great product that solves a genuine problem. And I'm not just saying create a new product and make it works great and it does what it's supposed to do great, but it also needs to solve that genuine problem. You know, as long as you can create something like that, you will always have a stable user base, customer base who would always keep buying and paying for upgrades, that stuff. So yeah, that would be my main goal if I were to start, from scratch again.
That's a great advice, because and I've made the same mistake, and many people I keep seeing they make the same mistake where they create the product but there's no market for it, and they keep building on the product, and then they realize, oh, you can't sell it. So that's a great advice. So imagine someone's done this, he's listened to you and he's found a great problem, he's solved the problem. What's the next step? How does he find partners to promote the product? And again, you had a mentor who did everything. And so
yeah,
what's your advice there to find a great mentor and someone who can show you the ropes?
Well, just do what I did. I went to the forum and looked up for some folks and made a list of people who were doing really well. And then I started reaching out to everyone of them. Whoever got back to me, whoever I was able to crack a deal with, partner with them. So, if you're new into the market, you've never launched a product, or it kind of goes out for pretty much every kind of business. Just find the top 3 in the market and to them. Give them something they cannot refuse. When I reached out to Martin, I told him, like, it's my product. I created a product, but I'm happy to rebrand it. I'm happy to do whatever you want. I just want you to launch it. So when you reach out to potential partners, don't email them saying you have to sign an NDA before I show you a demo, or I want 80% of the sales and you keep 20%. Don't do that. It's your foot in the door. Always be open to give as much as you can, because the more you give, the more you get. So find the top people in the market, reach out to them, give more than you take, and you'll get their foot in the door. You'll get started, and that's where you learn. You learn whatever they're doing. Watch and learn. That's the trick.
Great. Abhi, thank you very much. That was great advice, and thank you for being on the show, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.